You're watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Beerus, the god of destruction. Make sure you subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and push the like button for me, or else I'll Hakai you from existence.
Oh, and do make sure to watch the entire video all the way through. And to follow UnrealEntGaming on both Instagram and Twitter.
Whiz, enough. On to the video.
As Merno is now ordered in entering the future timeline in his mission of collecting as much data and power from the future warriors as he possibly can, Merno went on to slaughter not only the likes of future Trunks but also Goku Black as well, before having to eventually arrive on planet Vampa and thus meeting future Paragus and future Broly as seen on the previous manga chapter video, with Merno going as far as to cross the line by murdering Broly's father in front of him for the sole purpose of getting Broly to unleash his power. The question going forward is, was Merno successful enough in getting what he wanted out of future Broly, or is future Broly ultimately going to meet the same fate as his father Trunks and Goku Black, with Merno now having to take initiative in slaughtering Broly on planet Vampa? Now before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related and want to be kept up to date with everything in regards to Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Super manga, and everything involving the Dragon Ball IP, then I do encourage you guys to go on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single video on this channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply stoked, ready, and excited to see what the future holds in regards to the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your support, and let's dive straight into the video. As our story continues with Merno shown clutching onto Broly's hand following the events of Broly attempting to attack Merno, and as he did, Merno further proceeded in talking down to Broly as he went on to then comment, "Come now, savage. Surely you have more gas in your tank than this, don't you? Look at you, you're helpless out here, no one to help you, no one to hear you scream. I will admit though, your power intrigues me. Let me guess, it's the anger you have that comes from within that you use as your main source of power, don't you? It's your rage that gives you strength, isn't it? You are much more impressive in the present timeline, but maybe things will change. I'll give you one more chance to evolve yourself even more than what you are now." And with Broly then shown removing his fist from Merno's clutches, Merno then went on to continue, "And if you don't, and you remain as you are, then I will kill you. Just like I killed your father. For a Saiyan such as yourself who is fueled by his rage, I want you to show me your full power. I want to see it. I need to see it. That way, I could take it from you." But then, Broly had enough of listening to Merno preach, and as he went on to attack him with Merno having to dodge each and every single one of his strikes, Merno further went on to carry the conversation by telling Broly, "Come on, this can't be the best you can do. Is this what your father would be proud of if he was still alive? Give in to your hatred for me, show me your raw power. That way I can take it and make better use of it. You serve as a prime example of the flaws in which the gods allowed to exist. But this will soon be corrected." As of course Merno from there went on to strike Broly in the stomach, and as he did, he then went on to continue, "Come on, beast. Do you feel that? Was that a pop I heard? A broken bone already? Ha! Broken bones already, and we've only just started. Now I see why your Saiyan people tossed you away like garbage. Because that's all you ever were. You wouldn't want me to rip your best friend Ba away from you either, would you? Well, if that's what would get you to turn it up, then I guess that pathetic animal will join your father in death." And Broly is not having it, because from there, Broly went on to shout, "Leave Ba alone!" And as soon as Broly went on to charge on in, Merno saw this as the ultimate opportunity in capitalizing against Broly, and as he did, Merno then went on to to comment, "Oh yes, that's the spark I was looking for. Hurry, hurry, come. Your little poor friend is counting on you, Mr. Broly. Defend him." And once again, Broly tries to attack Merno, but Merno is simply too fast, as he went on to then tell Broly, "Whoops, too slow. Oh, come on, mortal. Didn't I say that you are way too slow to even come close to touching me? What more will it take for me to push you over the edge? Fine. Then let me show you, but first, I want you to kneel." And with Merno then pointing his finger and using his gravitational abilities and freezing Broly in place, he then went on to continue, "Maybe you didn't hear what I said since you think you're the one who is in control of this situation. What's wrong? Can't move? You can thank my gravity bind for that. Now then, insect, I said kneel, mortal slave." As Merno then went on to put Broly down and holding him in place, he then went on to tell Broly, "That's a good animal. How repulsive. My original will start fresh. You mortals were allowed to get away with too much, achieve too much, and you did it all within the means of having free will. Well, where was my free will? Oh, that's right. It was ripped away from me just like my universe was. You Saiyans use rage and anger to fuel your fighting spirits, don't you? Yes, but take that all away and what do you have left? Nothing but scraps of trash. Don't worry, Broly. In the present timeline, I will come for you, especially after what you and those other Saiyans did to me. An eye for an eye, mortal." But even then, Broly attempts to stand back up despite having to be held down by Merno, and as he is, Merno further went on to put Broly down and degrading him by asking, "Why still struggle to stand when you know you don't stand a chance? I truly wonder what will break first, your spirit or your body? Maybe if you had more motivation to fight, you'd shatter these mortal limits of yours and show me what lies within. What I'm getting from you now isn't what I was hoping for, but it will do. But I want more power, more information. I don't know what's worse, mortals such as yourself who think they could play the role of God, or the gods themselves who allowed for this to happen. I hate you all so very much. My great merger will create the ultimate weapon of war, and I promise that I will erase every timeline, every universe from every reality. But before the fireworks go off, I'm going to give you one last chance to give me what I want. If you fail to do so, you die. And I'll even allow for it to happen with my back turned towards you. You don't deserve to face me head on, so go on, show me your bottomless Saiyan power. One chance, that's all you get, rat." In which Broly sees this as an opportunity to actually capitalize on what Merno is saying, because as soon as Broly then is shown having to tilt his head back, he then follows up by unleashing this massive blast out of his mouth, in which it begins to approach Merno ever so closer, and as it does, with his eyes closed, Merno doesn't seem to be impressed, because Merno went on to then comment, "And so the grave is dug. I remember this. An energy cannon. What a waste of time. Alright then, Broly, let's play." As Merno from there goes on to so casually deflect Broly's attack right back at him, and as Broly gets to then witness how his own attack is now headed right for him, out of nowhere there is a massive explosion that occurs, and as it does, Merno appears to be so delighted, as he then went on to comment, "Oh, what a powerful explosion. Amazing light show indeed, Saiyan. You put quite a bit of power into that attack of yours. I'd honestly be surprised if you're still moving after taking such an attack head on. But of course, look at you. You're finished and you know it, Saiyan. I came here looking for a greater power to acquire, but instead, I get a weaker version of your alternate essence in my present timeline. What a waste you are. I believe I've had my fix here. I've seen all that I needed to see on this planet. My ultimate merger is alas near. What I went on to collect here will do for now. Well, Saiyan, now it's time for my favorite part, the slaughtering of worthless flesh. Oh? What's wrong, Merno says, as Broly is then shown through the smoke having to revert back down to his base form. He's bloody, he's wounded, he's damaged, he's hurt, as Merno went on to then question this by asking, "Have you lost the will to fight? What a mess you are. If you honestly believe that you would have any chance against me, then you're more delusional than I thought. But I must say, I owe you for what you've done in my timeline. Down you go, mortal. Now stay like a good obedient dog." As he then went on to use his gravity bind once more, Merno then went on to continue, "This won't take long, I promise. Just stay right where you are and watch." I want you to look at me, mortal. Do you see this? This right here is the culmination of your failure. The culmination of every sin committed by you and your people. An example of what is to come once my original body and power are fully restored. This will be the last thing that you will ever see. Rightfully so. We are only hours away from my great resurrection, and I can't wait. As Broly then, even while being held down by Merno, went on to look up, he then went on to respond, "Father, I'm sorry, I've failed you. Indeed you have, slave. There will be no survivors here," says Merno. "Now perish with your entire planet." In which Merno from there went on to launch this attack directly down at Broly, and as he did, everything including Broly himself along with Planet Vampa was then beginning to feel the effects of this attack, because as soon as Merno goes out into space and having to see the entirety of Planet Vampa be destroyed, the entire planet itself is mere seconds from exploding, and as it is, Merno in absolute delight went on to shout, "Look at that beautiful explosion. Soon the heavens will feel my wrath when it's all said and done. This will only be the beginning of many horrible things to come. Where are your protectors now? Where are your gods to save you now, mortals?" And as Planet Vampa then goes on to explode into billions of pieces, Merno then went on to respond, "And that settles that. Good riddance, disgusting creatures. That's what you get, mortal pigs. I didn't forget about what you did to me. You and that pathetic fusion. You thought I wasn't going to get you back for destroying my clone? I didn't forget about you." But then, as Merno went on to gloat in the middle of space, a voice then went on to respond to the clone by telling him, "Let's also not forget what you were sent out there to do either, clone. Or need I remind you of why you are there?" As within the dark dimension, the original Merno went on to contact his clone, and as he did, he further went on to inform the clone by telling him, "The Great Merger has entered its final hour. The time for my resurrection is here. You were not sent into this dimension to fulfill personal vendettas. You were sent there to collect what I've ordered you to collect. Do as you were told and return to me with the information and power you have acquired immediately. I won't remind you again, because there will not be a next time for you. Now go," as the clone went on to respond, "But of course, there are still other timelines for me to explore for resources and data before returning." And with Merno then shown opening up a portal, he then went on to comment to which timeline to enter next. "What's this? And what do we have here? Another fusion? And an enemy spawned from the Dragon Balls? What an interesting and out-of-place timeline. I don't sense the destroyer of this universe, which can only mean that Beerus still hasn't woken from his sleep. This should be a rather fascinating timeline to explore. But what of this one? I don't sense anything worth chasing in this future. There is nothing left for me to gain in this dead timeline, which means there is nothing worth living for then. It's been a while since I've done something like this, so let's have some fun before we leave, shall we? Left to die, all in the name of balance. Well, I hope it was worth it, Grand Minister. I hope kissing Zeno's feet was worth the lives that are about to be ripped away. You coward! What was the point of having angelic creatures possess such power if we are bound to never use it? How foolish! This does not apply to me and never will. I will show you, as Merno went on to create a massive, gigantic energy ball up above him, in which Merno's motive now was to completely destroy the future timeline. As Merno went on to comment, "I will show you all the true meaning of pain. You can't kill me. I am unbeatable. No damage could destroy me. I may stumble for a moment, but I will always remain. Here's a parting gift from me to you. Let this be a reminder of what is to come." And with Merno then shown launching this attack in space as he went on to step through the portal, he then went on to comment, "Now then, while this universe is reduced to dust, let's see what the dragon and monkey fusion have for me to collect. Once this hour is over, the harvest will begin. It's only a matter of time. Then you will all die. Now let's see what this godless world has to offer me, shall we? I hope you feel this one, Father. I can't wait to see the look on all of your faces when I return. One last bang, shall we? boom! As the entire future Trunks timeline and universe is then destroyed, the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Merno's alternate timeline invasion manga chapter number 4 special then comes to a close. Now, this is it. This was exactly what Merno had been hoping to find in the future timeline, only because his sole mission was to go out and gather as much data, as much information, and as much power as he could by further having to exploit his surroundings, by further having to exploit the fighters that he was battling against. So what's even more interesting was the vendetta that Merno seemed to have against Broly, only because way back early on when one of the clone Mernos went on to battle against Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Gogeta and Super Saiyan 3 Broly on planet Vampa, it was because of the Grand Priest and Whis that went on to freeze the clone Merno in place, in giving both Gogeta and Super Saiyan 3 Broly the opportunity in putting the clone down, and it was because of the original Merno having to pick up on the fact that the clone Merno was out for revenge. He thus went on to further remind the clone as to where he was and what his mission was actually about, which wasn't about getting revenge or fulfilling some sort of a vendetta, but instead it was to go and venture out into this timeline and getting the data and power that he needed to bring back to the original. So we are currently working on the next manga chapter, which should be available on the channel as soon as we end up smashing our like goal, to which right now, the like goal for this video in order for us to jump into the next story is going to be 5,000 likes. A very simple goal to achieve. All you guys really have to do is give this video a big fat thumbs up by slapping that like button down below, and that's essentially it, because Merno was now tasked by the original in entering a brand new timeline, and I think you guys may already know where exactly he's going to be going to next, because there are only 2 more timelines remaining before we jump into the original, that being the upcoming timeline in which Merno is about to enter, and then 1 more before jumping into the final story of the original Merno having to wage war against the entire multiverse. So again, I appreciate your time. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys are new, smash that subscribe button and give this video a big fat thumbs up. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, guys, and have a great day. Peace! And a quick little reminder before you exit the video, if you guys are unaware, follow me on my secondary channels, which are also used to discuss and talk about all kinds of different subjects and topics, including gaming and live streams, beginning with Unreal Network, which is a channel dedicated in discussing all kinds of movies, breakdowns, current events, scary stories, theories, and more. So if you are someone who is into the entertainment world, then that's the channel for you. So head on over and subscribe over on Unreal Network, which up next is Unreal Vlogs, where I bring you guys a little closer into my life in taking you behind the scenes with vlogging content, parody videos, reactions, motivational videos, uplifting videos, and more. So if you want to get to know me on more of a personal level, then that's the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button to always be in the loop with Unreal Vlogs. And lastly, my gaming channel, Unreal Royale, where on that channel we dive more into the world of gaming, ranging from all different kinds of video games, from Dragon Ball to Resident Evil to Grand Theft Auto, Halo, Gears of War, Minecraft, all kinds of horror games, shooters, RPGs, and more, including live streams. So if you're a gamer and are into the gaming world, then smash that subscribe button over at Unreal Royale and experience the ride with me. I want to thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so very much for your support, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you in the next video.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead!
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza,
Uh-oh.
prepare to die!
UnrealEntGaming, but once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate!
Vados, get over here! Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarot!